Hey guys, how you guys doing? I got another update here. A couple things I want to talk about. First off, the India-China situation, the standoff we have in the Daklom region near the Chicken's Neck. First thing I want to talk about today, guys. We have some more updates to that. So, China and India, they tried diplomacy. They gave diplomacy a chance. We know China wants India to completely withdraw because they say they're in their territory, and India says, no, you're in Bhutan's. Bhutan says the same thing, but they don't really have a really viable force that they could match China at all. So they have a defense treaty with India. Basically, the diplomacy hit a standstill. All right, India said something like the standoff, because they're literally eye to eye right now. They wanted to each back up troops eventually until basically both of them are out of the region. And it seemed like China wasn't willing to play ball with that. China came back and said, hey, why don't we just move back 100 meters? And it didn't seem like that warranted a response from India. But what we can tell you is that Chinese officials and Chinese state-run propaganda are coming out and basically saying that the war between China and India has begun, the countdown has begun to war. So we're seeing some strong words by China at this point. So we're going to have to see where that takes us, guys. China is saying that war is just over the horizon between China and India, and it doesn't seem like either side is really standing down at any point. We'll see if one of them flinches. Another thing I want to talk about here, guys, is the North Korea situation. General Mattis came out, and you know what? He's the last one, because he's the one that's been saying, you know, a war with North Korea would be devastating. Huge loss of life. It's just something we don't want. And he's the last one I thought would say this, but he said, you know, North Korea needs to stop with the threats, stop with their nuclear ambitions, because it will lead to the end of their regime. So he basically threw out a threat towards North Korea, just as Trump did yesterday. And I think that's pretty telling. You know, when Trump does it, you know, I thought, you know, okay, I see why he's doing this. But the general, I can't believe he did that. I think that holds more weight, honestly, because this is the guy who's been kind of calm. He's been like, hey, if we do go to war, this is what's going to happen, so we don't want that. It's pretty crazy and telling stuff, guys. The world seems to be worrying about this potential war between North Korea and the United States and our allies. Another thing, North Korea's #2 man in charge was supposed to go to a trip to Iran to visit Iran, right? And that has been canceled amid tensions intensifying between North Korea and the United States. It's just, there's a lot that's going on that's making you wonder, yeah, is war really a viable option right now? Is this what's going to happen? Me personally, I've been saying I don't believe that there's a peaceful end to this solution, you know, to this situation, sorry. I just don't see it. You know, they keep on talking about, even what the mainstream media has been pushing this war lately. They really have, and it's very telling when the mainstream media grabs onto something like this, and they have all these experts on. And while they're pushing for this war, they're doing it in a pretty smart manner, guys. All right, they're talking about this war a lot. They're bringing it up. Then they have certain experts on. So if this war goes badly, or when a military strike does happen, they can blame it all on Trump and his administration. They'll have a fall guy, and this is how the mainstream media does it. They push their agenda, all right, and when that agenda is pushed, if it doesn't go the way that it's supposed to, or it has a negative connotation on the world, they have a fall guy, right? Right? It's just like the WMDs in Iraq. Bush was the fall guy. Dick Cheney was the fall guy. I'm not saying they weren't complacent in this at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying the mainstream media in their agenda in the deep state always have a fall guy. And Trump will be the fall guy with North Korea. You can bet your sweet candy ass that that's what's going to happen. There's just a lot going on, guys. We're going to have to watch this situation, because it's really telling what these officials are saying, their body language. War's coming, guys. All right, make sure to check back for more updates. Keep your eyes to the skies and keep praying, brothers and sisters, because things are getting very, very serious indeed.